Well, now that I don't have to worry about Constantine as much, maybe I can solve the problem of whatever's happening here. Thank you for that, Afra. I really appreciate it. Guess it's time we go and investigate.
Sorry, this is private property. I cannot allow you to enter.
Actually, no one should be able to enter. This mine is doomed. It's terribly dangerous.
I wouldn't know. Our employer, Mr. Maillard, is the owner. He's got all the deeds required. Listen, you should go to the authorities. They can confirm all the paperwork.
I definitely will.
This is a nice place for camp. Now that that's settled, think I saw a passageway a bit to the west of the mine.
We should take the path that overlooks the outer wall. We should be able to see inside from there.
Those reckless fools. They've resumed operations in the mine.
Human greed is only rivaled by human stupidity.
Those chained natives are no doubt the ones Duncan spoke about. They use them to operate the mine.
They've made them into slaves. We must talk to Sieur de Courcillon. I hope that our nation is not involved in this business.
We ran into some natives being used as slaves, and I think it would be a good idea if you were there with us when we break into, well, free them. To make a long story short, the man who is behind it is rich, and we need evidence against him.
My dear cousin, come closer and tell me what brings you.
Constantine, is it true? Are you in great pain?
This sickness is horrible, believe me. Now I understand what your mother went through. But you have not come to hear my complaints. Speak, it will give me something else to ponder.
Allow me to present Afra, an emissary of the Bridge Alliance. She is an eminent naturalist who studies local flora in an effort to find a remedy.
Your Excellency, it is a great honor.
You were part of Governor Buren's lost expedition, if I've understood correctly, were you not?
Yes, and our research would have borne fruit if it hadn't been so brutally interrupted.
I can only imagine. Nevertheless, you are most welcome. Your great learning will certainly prove useful. I implore you, my dear cousin. Do continue. We're eager to hear your news.
I'm going to leave now. Goodbye, Constantine.
Look out for yourself.
Am I a monster because a part of me wishes he died quickly, just so he wouldn't suffer? Perhaps they don't.
Sieur de Courcillon.
Sade, my young student, what can I do for you?
I've come to ask you about a mine near Vigigador. It was closed for a long time for security reasons, but someone has started exploiting it again.
I seem to recall that a concession in this area was sold to a Master Maillard. However, I do not recall the details of the contract. It was established by the previous government. He is a rich merchant from Serene who arrived on the island only a short while before we did. People say that he is unscrupulous.
Unscrupulous? That's an understatement. This man had some natives captured and he's using them as slaves to work in this mine.
What? Does this old brigand really think that he is above the law? We cannot tolerate such methods, but we must determine the best way to attack him. You should start by finding the deed to his property in the archives. Don't worry, we'll not let this man's behavior go unpunished.
Before I leave, sir, I do have another question I just have to ask, for my own sake.
Did you know that the congregation have already tried to colonize this island in the past?
Ah, yes. I learned about it in some old archives, but the prince made me swear to keep it a secret.
And I suppose that you also knew that it's where I was born.
No, that part I guessed once I arrived here. But I knew that you were not the child of Madame de Sardet. I knew her husband, you see, and despite what you may have been told, you do not look like him. The portraits you saw had been modified to make it seem like you did. I'm sorry. I imagine that uncovering such a lie must have hurt you terribly. But you can be certain of one thing. Your mother loved you dearly.
But why? Why hide the truth from me for all this time?
I don't know. The prince has his own reasons, and he's the one you should be asking. As for your mother, I believe she eventually started believing her own lie.
Looking forward to seeing you again, Sir de Corsilio.
Well, he was the closest thing to a father I had. And he did teach me quite a lot. So, no, I cannot. Now, let's go rummaging through the archives. You do know, Ciara, that the world we come from is vastly different from this island. And believe me, this city is nothing compared to the schemes, plots and idiocracy of Serene. Not to mention the foolish war between the Bridge Alliance and the Lemay. I found it. Took a while, but this is what we're looking for. And I cannot understand it.
It seems as though you can't decipher the glyphs of your own people's document.
I get lost in all the legal jargon. But they have Lady Morange's seal on them. We should find her, to understand exactly what they say.
You're probably thinking that our people are utterly insane for writing like this, Ciara. And you would be right. That I cannot deny. Good day, my lady.
Good day, dear sir. Happy to see you again in such fine health. How can I be of service?
Well, it's about the logging camp again.
I need your advice once more. This time it's about the property deeds of a plot of land and of a mine acquired by a certain Maillard. Here are the deeds. I must admit that I understand very little of what's written, but your seal is on it.
Do not worry. This type of document is always difficult to decipher for the uninitiated. However, they are very clear. Master Maillard is the owner of a plot of land located near Vigigidor. He can exploit the forest and plant anything he wants there, but it says here that he does not have the right to exploit the mine. It's even repeated in this other paragraph. Any attempt at mining on this land is forbidden.
And yet the mine which was located on this plot of land has been reopened, and is being exploited as we speak.
According to these documents, the mine has been closed for security reasons. This man's behavior is reckless. You should go see him. He's presently in New Serene. He usually spends time at the port when he comes. He has some warehouses there.
Well, if it's near the port, I'm gonna ask Vasco to help.
Master Maillard.
Who's asking?
De Sardet. I am the legate of the congregation.
Well, I'm flattered. What brings you here, Your Excellency?
I'm here to talk to you about the mine you have near Vigigador. Are you aware that you have no right to operate it? Nor are you allowed to employ slaves there.
But what are you talking about? Surely this is a misunderstanding. Listen, I'm sure there is a way for us to get along. I'm an honest merchant. I've always paid all taxes, and the small bonuses needed. Please tell your cousin that I would be happy to send him the gift of his choice. Now, Your Excellency, if you will allow me, I have to get back to my activities.
I'm afraid you don't understand, Master. It's not a money problem. That mine is dangerous, and you endanger the congregation on this island by behaving this way with the natives.
Come on, don't be so serious, young man. I'm sure it's nothing that a small bonus can't fix. Goodbye, sir. Best wishes to your cousin.
If that is how you wish to play it, goodbye, sir. First I'm going to report to Sir de Concilion. Then I'm going to that godforsaken mine, and I'm going to make sure that no sane person would ever even think about doing something similar on this island. What's a hurricane? I don't think so. She started showing more and more interest towards learning about people recently. Agreed.
Sir de Corsilion,
De Sardet, my young student, what can I do for you?
I verified the contract with Lady Morange. The exploitation of the mine is illegal, as we expected, without even taking into account what he's doing to the natives. I then went to meet Master Maillard.
So, what did he have to say in his defense?
He turned a deaf ear and tried to bribe me.
Oh, some of these merchants are so rich that they forget basic decency. But it's high time we reminded him of who is in charge of the congregation on this island. Here, this is an eviction notice which dispossesses him of all his land for breaching his contract. For his crimes against the natives, he's banished from this island. I will make him aware of this decision, but you should go to the mine immediately. The prisoners must be freed as soon as possible, and the mine closed once more.
I'll take care of it.
And now, let's break somebody's bones. People who do stuff like this are dangerous, but not particularly smart. They think that as long as they keep winning fights, they can do whatever they want. But they tend to become far more docile once you break a few of their bones. Hello once again.
Sorry, this is private property. I cannot allow you to enter.
I don't need your authorization. I have here an eviction notice signed by the governor's ministers. The former owner, Mr. Maillard, has lost his rights due to a breach of contract.
Look, ultimately, we are not the ones who decide. We only obey the boss's orders.
In that case, where can I find him to notify him of his loss?
You'll find him around here somewhere, Your Excellency.
Excellent.
I scared him. He'll want to destroy all the evidence. And what is the biggest evidence we have against him? Exactly. Luckily, he did not yet start. Hello!
Are you looking for trouble? You'd bet.
Master Maillard, I'm so glad to find you here. Here is a document from Sir de Corsilion on behalf of my cousin. Considering the fact that you have not respected the terms of your contract of ownership, you are hereby expelled. The methods you used against the islanders has also ensured your banishment from Teofredi.
Impossible. By what right? Guards, this man threatens me.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Take a potion if you want to cast more spells.
These people were monsters. I wouldn't cry over them. Come now, let's go free my brothers, and we can tell Dunkas everything.
Don't worry, Ciara. I doubt anybody will cry over this arrogant fool. Now, let's end this nightmare once and for all.
Go without fear. You are free. And know that we are sorry for what happened to you.
You must believe that not all Legate blow or alike.
He is an Almanawi. That's why he understands us. Thank you. We will not forget you.
Main reason I am who I am is the lessons of Ser de Concilion. He taught me courage, he taught me honesty, he taught me a lot of things. He taught the same thing to Constantine. He was always a bit more rambunctious, a bit more loud. He's a good person. And yet the only reason the islanders see me as a good person is because I'm a non-Almanawi, and not because of my deeds.
What brings you here on Almanawi?
I was able to close the mine. The man who operated it was arrested and he will be banished.
Yes, those you freed told me. From now on, you are my Karants, my friend. You knew how to renew my trust in your clan. Just as trees grow back after being cut.
Thank you, Dunkas. I'm honored. Will you give us the old man now?
If you allow it, I would like to punish him myself. Enough blood has been spilled, and he will only call for more of it. Since he loved the forest to the point of killing for it, he will be sentenced to heal it. Every day he will replant what your men will cut down. Every day until the end of his life. Does this punishment seem acceptable to you?
If I explain to Ser de Concilion that the man was sentenced to forced labor, I suppose he will approve. Thank you, Dunkas. It's a wise sentence.
Is there anything else?
I must leave. Goodbye, Dunkas.
Qua awalum seg.
Well, now that that's over with, I guess I should talk to Petrus. You're going back to the port, right? Well then, I'm gonna send him a message to meet us on the road.
Have you thought about my offer? Do you want to go and find your real family?
Yes. Yes, I do, Petrus.
As you now know, I knew your mother. We had trouble communicating at first, of course, but we gradually learned to understand one another. She was important in her village. Based on what I know today, I think she was a Donegad. She told me her name, Arelwyn, and told me about her family. She even gave me a pendant for you. You were only a child, so I gave it to Mrs. de Sade for safekeeping.
She gave me a necklace when I went to say goodbye to her. She said it was a family heirloom. Did my mother tell you the name of her village?
No. But I'm sure the Nords can help us. They were the ones who took your mother to the continent.
It was such a long time ago. How can I find out if they remember?
The Nords record everything down to the gentlest breeze. They must have written something in a logbook somewhere.
Well, Vasco's back at the port right now, so we're going to try and get an audience with Glendan. And after that, let's ask Vasco if he can help us. Don't worry about it, Siora. Hopefully they'll see that I come in peace. Hopefully they don't send us to fight another Nalag. I really don't want to fight those beings. You know, these places always surprise me with their beauty. Hello, may I speak with you?
Do it. Hello, my name is Desardet. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation. May I enter?
Good day, Legate Desardet. No, this building is closed to Renaigse.
I am Siora, daughter of Bladne, daughter of Meb. My mother, the Mal of the Red Spears, was a member of the council.
All here remember, and the Vorst Tirse. She was a courageous Mal, but you are not yet Mal in her stead, and you do not carry her seal. I am sorry, Siora. I cannot allow you to enter.
I beg your pardon. I did not know.
I am sorry, but I do have to persist on this matter.
If I cannot enter, perhaps you could tell the elder of the council that I request an audience.
Glendan cannot speak with you, Legate. Times are difficult, and his time is precious. He only accepts to meet the members of the council or their representatives.
How can I prove that I am the representative of one of them?
If you are a trusted friend of a council member, he will give you his seal, and we would know it. I will then be glad to allow you to enter. You would be the first Renaigse to obtain such an honor.
I thank you for your help.
I will return later.
If you have a seal, you will be welcome. If not, you are wasting your time and mine.
Well, the most likely to help us is Karasakt. Not just because we helped him, but he knows what we're dealing with. Well, we're heading to New Serene anyways. G'day, Admiral.
You have come at the right time, Your Excellency. I am in a delicate situation and your help would be invaluable.
I'm listening, Admiral.
Captain Reuben warned me that he suspected a member of his crew of being a spy. It is almost certain she sent secret navigation information to foreigners.
Why ask me to take care of it?
This is a very serious accusation. One that results in a member of the guild being expelled. The Norts are like a family, very connected, but also likely to carry resentment. I think an external view is required to be certain that there will be no bias. Anyway, their ship is anchored at New Serene. Your authority will allow you to get more answers than us.
I see. What is the exact nature of the information that could have been sent?
It's up to you to find out. But all the Norts know how we navigate our ships. You've seen the techniques we use, and you know we want to keep them secret.
I agree. Where can I find Captain Reuben?
At the port in your town. You know his ship. It was Captain Vasco's before he landed. I'm counting on you, Your Excellency. We must shed light on this case.
Before I do that, there is a matter I came to discuss with you.
I have come to talk to you about a personal matter.
After what I revealed to you, I was sure you would come back to find me. What would you like to know?
You told me that I was born on one of your ships. Of an islander captured on the island.
We'd like to know about this woman's origins.
I'm afraid I can't help you. I did not take part in those expeditions. And our old archives are far from here.
Is there no one on Tier who can help us? Please.
Very well. I do know an old captain who could perhaps help you out.
Where can he be found?
His ship is moored in the port of Hikmet, if I'm not mistaken. His name is Captain Lissandro.
Thank you for your help, Admiral.
Desardet?
Yes, Admiral?
Don't get too caught up in the past. That one in particular. Nothing good will come of it.
Whether or not we choose to get caught up in it, Admiral, the past always catches up with us. Sadly, I'm paying the price of this.
Well, I do want to help the Knots. I need to speak to Karasach first, and then I can dedicate myself to whatever is going on in the city. I also need to question the shopkeeper. I was told that they were not getting regular shipments. We'll do that in the morning though.
Greetings, Katasach.
Prettier, what can I do for you?
Now that you've seen my cousin, what are your thoughts on the Malachor?
It is a terrible disease. I have never seen one like it. It slowly gnaws through the people it afflicts. Their eyes and legs gradually die because of the black blood, and the pain it induces is atrocious. My potions are barely enough to calm your cousin. But if you're asking if I know how to cure it, I have no idea. It's a disease coming from a world that isn't ours, and which I'm not familiar with.
That's why I have to ask this favor of you.
I'm looking to meet Enormil Frichterman. I went all the way to the village council.
But they did not let you speak to Glendan the Elder.
Precisely. They said that only the friends of a member of the council might enter.
And my word was not enough. It seems that I must be a Mal to be heard.
Do not be sad, daughter of Bloodnid. One day you will be as great a chief as your mother. And you too will have a seal. This seal will allow you to give voice to the friends of your clan, those who may speak in your name. Here, friend of Wenxavier. Take my seal and go and meet Glendan. But you must convince him and no doubt pass many trials. Many monsters and traps are hidden on the path you seek to follow.
Thank you, Katasach. Why are you helping me?
I do not wish to lose the one who placed his life in my hands. And you have already shown me your friendship.
I hope that Glendan will allow you to meet this god, cousin. Leave as soon as you can. Godspeed.
Have no fear. I'll do whatever it takes. I must go.
Wa awalam seg.
Nah, they wouldn't. So the plan is to investigate what in the blazes happened with those missing books of yours. And hopefully I'll get the time to question the innkeeper as well, because I've been putting that off for too long. No, I'm just too curious for my own good. And I like to run around. Petrus knew me back when I was a child. He can tell you what my average day looked like. Yes, that was pretty much an average day. Honestly, running around Tier 4D is far more pleasant. Well, it would be if I didn't worry about my cousin. Oh well. Now it's time to worry about the knots. I cannot get to the council anyways, so... one mystery at a time, right? Good day, Captain.
What brings you here?
The Admiral asked me to shed light on your little problem of indiscretion in your ranks.
I see. I would be happy to answer any questions you have.
You told the Admiral that you suspect one of your crew members.
Indeed. The young apprentice sailor, Alba. A committed volunteer from Teleme. She only joined us a short time ago. Did you want to know anything else?
What led you to these suspicions?
Well, the girl's behavior. She was very eager at first, very willing, almost too much. Then, suddenly, she became nervous. She isolated herself and did not speak to others. She's a recent recruit, which inevitably raised some doubts about her vocation. Sometimes I saw her hanging around my cabin. My papers were often disturbed. And since we've returned to port, she's almost never on board. Well, you can understand my concern, but you should probably talk to the other members of the crew. They may know something else.
Ultimately, your strong suspicion stems from the fact that she's sea-given.
A recent sea-given. She did not join us as a child, but you know how rare volunteers are, especially from Taleme. Did you want to know anything else?
Do you know what information she may have sent?
I don't know exactly what you know about our navigation methods.
Let's say that magic does not have much to do with it.
I see. Well, of course she knows that too. She saw some of our machines on board, and by searching through my papers, she could get even more sensitive information. Did you want to know anything else?
That'll be all, Captain. Thank you.
This used to be your ship, right, Vasco? Then I see some familiar faces that might help us. Hello there, young man.
Your Excellency, I am so pleased to see you again.
The pleasure is shared.
Captain.
Good day, Jonas.
What can I do for you?
Well, we are here on official business, unfortunately. We need to learn more about Alba.
She joined our party recently, but I like her already. She works hard and is full of courage. You know, she is one of those rare knots that joined of her own volition, and she did everything she could to become one of our own. Until we arrived here, she suddenly became distraught and frightened. It brought back memories.
Do you know where I could find her? I'd like to ask her some questions.
No, I've not seen her for a while. Maybe at the tavern? She was playing cards there from time to time. Anything else, Your Excellency?
Well, since I'm here, I do have to ask.
What have you been up to since we made it to Tirfredi?
I'm still just a cabin boy, but I have high hopes to be promoted to seaman for our next crossing. Since our captain changed, we've been doing nothing but coasting and small trade. But that won't last. Anything else, Your Excellency?
I'm afraid I need to be going. Watch out for yourself.
Captain, delighted to see you again. We've missed you. Your Excellency, it's a pleasure. What can I do for you?
We have a few questions to ask you, Flavia.
I'm all yours, Captain.
Can you tell me anything about Alba?
Oh, I don't know her very well. She only joined our crew recently. But she pulls her weight. You can't hold that against her. You might say she shows a little too much zeal even, at times. That being said, ever since we got here, I found her a little distraught. You could even say nervous.
Would you know where I could find her?
No, I wouldn't. Where's she missed roll call? Well, I hope she didn't do something stupid. These committed volunteers, we never know if we can trust them. Anything else?
I need to be off. Perhaps we'll meet later.
Farewell, then.
Hey, happy to see you again. How have things been going for you since your crossing?
Good, thank you. Even if I've got quite a list of errands to check off.
Then straight to it. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a Naut. A young woman going by the name of Alba.
I know her. She joined our crew at the same time as our new captain. Did you try the tavern? Don't give me that look there. I've kept from the bottle since that story with Jonas, you know that. No matter. When we're at dock, there's nothing much else to do. It might be that little Alba went there to take a look. Anything else?
I need to go. Farewell.
Smooth sailing.
I'm afraid these little secrets have not helped us a great deal. This Alba had just enlisted. She was happy, then changed her attitude. But is she a spy?
We were told that she was sometimes at the tavern. We should take a look there.
If only I could buy all of my errands like this. That would be great. What, you mean the nut egg? Here's something you didn't know. They were actually human. Yes, those are all the Negad that just give themselves to nature. Petrus is very against that idea. Well, because of their first meetings with us. That and knowing the story of my mother makes you wonder what the hell happened on this island 200 years ago.
This time, you are going
if
too
these
far.
drunkards have one of their
I will
rows,
not let you
we'll
say
end up in
one
a
more
fight.
word.
That's it. You can shout all you want, but I'm right, you old drunkard.
Not at all. I played that hand honestly. You're so drunk. You see double, that's all.
Are you kidding me? I saw that second king. Not only...
Come on, gentlemen. Please calm down.
Who are you to give us orders?
That's true. You want to see how tough... Oh, you don't know who you're messing with.
My child, I doubt that your job as legate involves managing fights between drunkards.
Well, I can very well leave them to terrorize all these people.
You better get out of here unless you want to end up in jail.
Ooh, he thinks we'll allow that to happen.
On guard, sir! On guard!
May the Enlightened protect me in this battle! Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
Innkeeper, just let the next guard pick them up and toss them into the brig for a day or two. While we're at it, I did hear about your supply problem, and there's another matter I need to discuss with you.
I'm looking for a young Naut. She goes by the name of Alba and sails on Captain Reuben's ship.
I wouldn't know who that is. Why don't you go and ask that fellow over there? He often shares a bottle with the sailors. He might remember your Naut. Anything else?
Ah, I see.
Give me a bottle of your best drink.
There you go. But be careful. She's got a strong bite.
And now to address your concerns.
Manfred, the quartermaster of the barracks, told me about your supply problems.
And he sends you? Damn. I didn't think a legate would act in person, but it's nice to see that our problems are taken seriously. I'll explain. Alcohol has been scarce in New Serene for quite some time. Our suppliers in the town are constantly victims of theft, to the point that they're no longer able to supply taverns. I could have managed if my monthly delivery from the continent had arrived as planned, but customs seized my goods.
Did they give you a reason?
Conservative seizure, they said. Time to check that everything is in order. And now they tell me that they can't return my goods because they've been stolen. Can you believe it? If even customs are getting robbed, what hope do we have?
Huh. This is all rather suspicious. Don't worry. I'll go and see these customs officers and get this cleared up.
Hey, look at that! The upper crust coming to slum it at the tavern. How may I help you?
We're looking for a young Naut. She's part of Captain Reuben's crew.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. A girl who loses her pay with style. But I don't know where she is. She looked sad last time I saw her. Didn't have her head in the game.
Have you ever heard her talk about secrets or documents she would like to exchange?
Are you asking me if she's a spy? No idea, she told me nothing. But if that's why you're looking for her, I may have seen things that might interest you. I'm often mistaken for a drunkard, so they pay no attention to me. But I see everything.
Tell me what you saw. This should quench your thirst. So, what did you see?
Well, returning late at night, I spotted a guy I'd seen before at the tavern. He often spent time with the Nauts, and he was in the street, fiddling with a stone, looking suspicious. So, I took a closer look when he left. I thought he'd stashed money or something, but no. There was a box under the stone, but there was no gold inside, just papers. They were messages, and from the look of the guy, they couldn't be love letters. Now, I don't know how to read, so I couldn't understand what it was about, but maybe those were your secrets?
Where is this hiding place?
Cross the bridge at the exit of the town. On the left, look for the stone. The box is underneath.
Thank you, soldier.
My pleasure, friend. Do you want to know anything else?
That'll be all, soldier. Thank you.
Well, currently we just know that she's missing and that there are some missing documents. I doubt it's not connected. Just don't know how it's connected. Perhaps she was coerced, perhaps she had an accomplice. Who knows? Well, well.
This stone must be the one the soldier told us about. Look, it hides a box.
It's a dead drop. It's suspicious, but it doesn't reveal any secrets or who uses it.
Well then, we'll have to catch whoever uses it red-handed.
Oh, I'm a little old for hiding in the bushes, but if that's what you want to do...
Well then, let's set a trap and wait for the evening. And then I'll deal with all the other messes on my to-do list.